I was spotted by one of you guys in public. You know, it's really easy to lose sight of the fact that, generally speaking, we all put our pants on one leg at a time, at least most of us. We all have to, eat food to survive, and thus we have to go shopping for that food somewhere, and it's most likely the same place that you shop for your food at. And it still totally blows my mind when things like this happen. It hasn't happened a lot. I'm gonna tell you 2 of the times that it's happened. This time right here, I was at Walmart on a Friday night. I'm by myself, and I'm like thinking, okay, cool. My daughter is at a sleepover. My girlfriend is out to dinner with one of her friends, and I'm like, am I gonna call one of my friends and go have a blast? No, I'm gonna go do some grocery shopping. By myself. And see, the thing is they hate Walmart. They absolutely hate going to Walmart because they're way too bougie for it, which I totally understand. I'm not really a big fan of Walmart either, but they have a lot of things there that a lot of other department stores don't sell that I have a hard time finding, so I have to go there. So I thought, okay, well, I'm by myself. I'm gonna get this over with so that nobody complains this weekend when I drag all of them in too. And this Walmart that I went to is the exact same Walmart that I talk about in all of my videos. They have an amazing selection of sewing materials, and I'd much rather go there than like Joann Fabrics because I'm not a fan of Joann Fabrics, so just go get your stuff at Walmart. And I am just straight in the zone. I've got my list, I'm pushing my cart, I'm focusing. Okay, we need some Greek yogurt, we need some milk, we need some cheese, yada, 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 all this stuff. So I finally finish up, I end up getting all the things that we needed, and I'm going over to self-checkout to pay for all of my stuff, and I get to my checkout stand, and this guy walks behind me, and he goes to the checkout stand right next to me, and he's like, hey man, I like your videos. And at first, I kind of played dumb. I'm like, scanning my Greek yogurt, like beep, beep, what? Oh, ha ha ha. And then he said it again, and I said to him, I was like, what videos are you talking about? He's like, come on, SD, I know who you are. And I'm like, wait a minute, you know who I am? How do you? Holy small world, that's crazy. Super nice guy, his name's Robert. I ended up taking a selfie with him. Good to meet you, Robert. And that was the second time that I've ever been noticed for what it is that I do in my tutorials, which it still blows my mind. The very first time, I was walking my daughter to school on one of it was like the first week of school, something like that. And we're just walking along the path, no big deal, go up the hill, walk up to her school, we get to the front door, and I say goodbye to her. And as I'm kind of walking along, I hear this guy behind me, he goes, hey, and he said it just quiet enough to where I wasn't really sure if he was talking to me or if he was talking to somebody else, so I just kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I said, oh, he must be, trying to get somebody else's attention around me. I'm just gonna keep walking, so I do. And then about 4 seconds later, he goes, hey, again, but this time it was a lot closer to me, so I knew he was talking to me, and I turn around and he goes, SD? And I start looking around, I'm like, oh, wait, what? No, this being the very first time that I've ever been noticed in public totally blew my mind and caught me off guard because I was like, oh my gosh, I've been exposed. I can't believe it. You're not supposed to know who I am. I don't live anywhere near here. But luckily, I started to calm down a little bit and, stop freaking out in my head thinking that I was exposed. And I talked to him for a couple of minutes. Super nice guy. His name is Daniel Elliott. Now, I saw him at the beginning of the school year, and then I saw him again. I said, hey, Daniel, come here. I want you to meet my family. They're totally gonna be freaked out by this mainly because nobody else really knows who they are as far as my audience goes, but hey, I want you to meet them. And they were like, hey, nice to meet you. But after that, I didn't see him anymore. So Daniel, if you're still out there somewhere, say hi, man. Where you been? I haven't seen you forever. This is all so crazy to me because I remember when I had 12 subscribers and this was just a very, very small thing that only a select few of my friends or family knew that I did. And what ends up happening, or what can end up happening when you become a YouTuber, is you still have that small mindset of, oh, well, nobody really knows what it is that I do, or there's only, I have a pretty small audience, so I still kind of have that anonymity of being out in public and no one's ever gonna recognize me. And then that changes, And you don't necessarily realize when it changes, but when it does, it's like, holy 360. Because it would be one thing if I was like a gaming YouTuber or like a fitness YouTuber, something like that. Something where you could see me doing it so I could kind of blend in a little bit more because I look like a lot of other individuals in those niches. But I'm over here, you know, making tailoring and sewing tutorials and how-tos, and there aren't really a lot of people that look like me, so it's a lot easier to stand out in a very good way. Don't get me wrong, I don't want you to misinterpret what it is that I'm saying, but it's also one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, that's right, I guess if I walk into a Joann Fabric, it's kind of easy to, clearly that guy is that guy, and then everybody, you know what I mean. Anyway, just wanted to tell you that story. I want to say hi to you, Robert, and if any of you are out there in the Twin Cities area, there's a really good chance that you'll see me kind of, you know, floating around somewhere, so be sure to say hey. SD out, see ya.